Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me is Sumit Peer, and we are going to have an Ask Sumit session. Your questions answered by Sumit ji. You can ask any question, and we'll do. He'll do his best to answer the questions. He has all the answers, of course. You have to ask the right question. Let's welcome Sumit Peer ji. Sumit ji, Ram Ram, Namaskar, Radhe Radhe. How are you?
Jai Siya Ram, Radhe Radhe. All good and fine, sir, with the kripa of Lord Mahakal and your Ashirwad. Thank you very much, sir.
So, Sumitji, today we will start our discussion with some of the outrageous observations made by Rahul Gandhi in a meeting that one of the erstwhile ex-Congress members has made. He is a very credible person, so I'm not inclined to think that, maybe he has been shunted out. That's why he's expressing all these comments. Your thoughts, sir, and what he said and how dangerous is his thought process?
Sir, in the name of Bhagwan Sri Ganesha, let's do the Sri Ganesha of this vlog. This came into light today, sir. In fact, the topic is not only about what Rahul Gandhi has said today. We will also try to take a few minutes to analyze all the few past things which have happened, wherein we can understand the dangerous tricks or tactics which are in the mind of Congress and possibly Rahul Gandhi. Now, this came when Acharya Pramod Krishnan, who is a very religious person, he has been a part of Congress for the last 32 years, and he was just shunted out because he had given some pro-Modi statements and pro-Ram Mandir statements. That is the only thing which they have been shunted out on. Now, I have been with Acharya Pramod Krishnan on a couple of TV debates, and he used to do his best to support Congress and defend Congress. Now, but today he did a very sensational revelation. He told when this Ram Mandir judgment came in, and obviously the nation knew about it, everybody knew about it, Rahul Gandhi being advised by somebody from America. I think where he is hinting at is Sam Pitroda, Gangadhar Pitroda. So Satyanarayan Gangadhar Pitroda, he advised Rahul Gandhi that why don't be worried. How do we counter it? He said, if we come to the power. And then, based on his discussion with Sam Pitroda, Rahul Gandhi told his cadre of men, which are very close to him, if we come to the power, we are going to form something called as a super high power committee or a commission, which will have those superpowers. And what we will do is, we will go and redo what the Supreme Court has decided on Ram Mandir. It's like exactly, if you go back, Honorable Supreme Court has decided for Shah Banu. Now she should get this alimony. Then Rajiv Gandhi ji decided. So something like that was thought by Shri Rahul Gandhi. It was shared with his people, his cadre of men. Don't worry. Let's come to the power. This is what we are going to do. The logic was, if Shah Banu is possible, then this is also possible. Now, what we are coming to know is he wanted to do the similar thing, possibly for triple talaq. He wanted to go the similar route, possibly for 370 also. So it's not only Ram Mandir, it's triple talaq and it's 370 also. So idea is, now whom is Rahul Gandhi taking dictations from? Can you imagine somebody coming to the power and saying, I'll redo the Ram Mandir? That what do you mean? You mean you will go and put a lock on the Bhagwan Shri Ram Mandir temple? You will again take out Ram Lalla and put him in a tent? You will go and dismantle the Mandir? If that was the dangerous plan of Rahul Gandhi, then Lord save us, Bhagwan Ram save us. Because if this is the plan of the mind, it's the man. And he said, this is, Acharya ji says, this is the thing which irked me. Because you can have these political differences and all, but if you are trying to do it with the Bhagwan Shri Ram, and I was not surprised, because Congress did not distance itself from the statement. None of the Congress leaders came and said, no, it's not right. None of the Congress leaders came and said, no, it's the figment of imagination of Acharya ji. It has nothing to do with Rahul Gandhi. Man, even his trolls, none of them distance themselves from the statement. Logically, it should be very, very quick. You should distance yourself from the statement. Say, we never said that. And if we go into the history, Congress is the party who told Bhagwan Shri Ram is a Kalpanik Patra. Congress is the same party who are creating all the ruckus. We are not invited for the Ram Mandir. Congress is the same party who decided to boycott the event of going to the Ram Mandir. And Congress is the same party for last 4 months now. Ram Mandir's Pran Pratishtha is done in Ayodhya. None of their leaders decided to visit to Ram Mandir. So if I look at the dots, it is quite a possibility this would have happened. And on the top of that, Congress is the same party which gave most favored nation status to Pakistan. Congress is the same party which used to have biryani with Musharraf. Congress is the same party which did all the tricks which were written in your book, Money In, Money Out. Right? Congress is the same party when demonetization happened, Pakistan was crying and Congress was crying. Congress is the same party which talks about coalition dharma when your alliance partners are looting the country. Congress is the same party which talks about let's not build the roads so the Chinese cannot come in. But in fact, Congress is the party which has plethora of scandals, Colgate, Railgate, CWG, all kind of scams. And Congress is the party who had the audacity to say, well, there was no coal scam because no coal was extracted. So with all this dubious track record of Congress, and last, let me remind people, Congress is the party which invented the word. For political convenience, they invented the word called saffron terror. They invented the word saffron terror. They did what they did to Colonel Purohit, Asim Anand, Sadhvi Pragya, and many more, names whom we never know. This is the party wherein, Indian assets got compromised in various countries. It was the Congress rule, and it was their people who were at the helm of affairs when all these things happened. So if this thing was in the mind of Rahul Gandhi, that means Congress is blatantly anti-Hindu. That is the reason why none of the Congress leaders went for Pran Pratishtha. That gives me the understanding why even after the Pran Pratishtha, right? Radhika Khera was locked in a room by Congress guys from being vocal about Ram Mandir. Yes, people were shunted out. Even Acharya was shunted out because he talked about Ram Mandir. That tells me why even after the 4 months of Pran Pratishtha, they did not go to the Ram Mandir. Now, if it is not anti-Hindu, if it is not anti-Sanatan, you were not happy by giving an affidavit in the court that Bhagwan Shri Ram is a Kalpanik Patra. You wanted to take it to the next level. And you wanted to go and reverse the thing. You want to dismantle the Ram Mandir. You want to put Bhagwan Shri Ram in a lock and key. You want the Ram Lalla back to be on a tent, right? So what do you mean by reversing the decision? More than 5 centuries dispute, 135 years in the court. And after all the due deliberation, it was done that it is Bhagwan Shri Ram Mandir. That means Congress or Rahul Gandhi is direct in support of Aurangzeb and Babar. Then they should rename themselves as Babar or Aurangzeb Congress. Forget Indian National Congress. Babar or Aurangzeb Congress is what they should call out. That gives me the answer, Sri Sir. Why Sriman Rahul Gandhi went to the grave of Babar in Afghanistan? Why Mrs. Gandhi went to the grave of Babar in Afghanistan? Why do Congresses go to the grave of Babar whoever got a chance? And why was Mrs. Sonia Gandhi crying when the Patna House encounter happened, when the Pakistani trained terrorists were killed? We lost our brave heart Inspector Mohan Sharma ji in that encounter of Delhi police. She didn't have a problem over that. She only had a problem that, ye kaise maar diya atangwadiyon ko? Salman Khurshid. Who said that? So you were making a point, Ji.
A couple of things. You mentioned a book. I wanted to present the book details for our viewers in case you want to buy it. And the link for this also is given in the chat window. You can click on the chat window link to get the book. This is available today and it's been doing extremely well. So any of you who are interested in buying, we sell it in Amazon also. If you have an Amazon account, you are welcome to buy from there. But here you directly pay us, and when we have to go through Amazon, we're having nightmare doing all the warehousing and all that stuff. So I just wanted to put that thought out there. Second thing is, we can close this window. Second thing is, perhaps Mrs. Sonia Gandhi should tell who she worked for when she was studying in United Kingdom.
So, now what really baffled me, sir, is that you had the courage to even think you can undo this. What about 1.2 billion Hindus? What about their aspirations? What do you think you are? That means you have Hindu hatred. That means you are anti-Hindu. That means you hate Sanatan Dharma. And though the Honorable Supreme Court gives you the privilege, I think the time has come. While filing the nomination, sir, I request the authorities, I request the Supreme Court of India, you should have a column wherein the people must declare their religion. I'm not happy with the atheist. I'm not happy with not declaring. You should have to declare your religion, because it is direct, blatant appeasement of one religion, which was led by a medieval invader, illiterate, terrorist, Babur and Aurangzeb. And here the rule of the law, the vibrant democracy, where the things happened in a due course of law after 135 years in court. If this is what you want to do, but whom are you trying to appease? Whom are you trying to please? Now, is it Pakistan's agenda? Is it OIC's agenda? Is it Muslim Brotherhood's agenda? Whose agenda are you running? That is the question which we have to ask. And when nobody from Congress has denied anything, we assume and presume what Acharya ji is saying is true, because you had to deny that. You are not denying that. This is the problem which Congress is facing. Now, there are a lot of things which have happened. Let me take your attention. Let's not see this incident in isolation, sir. Pakistani minister, one more minister has said that Pandit Nehru was a great reformist. Suddenly, Pakistan is singing praises for Nehru. Second thing, one Pakistani rabid Molvi has been singing praises for, you know whom? Dhruv Rathi. They hated the former Bipin Rawat, they called him Sadaka Gunda, and then got him killed. Well, we don't know, what exactly happened. But yes, honestly, there was, in my heart, in my mind, I believe there was a sabotage element in the crash of Bipin Rawat ji. So they use all the kind of language against the army. They questioned the surgical strikes, right? Not only that. No, so when this is happening, the Pakistani minister saying Nehru was a great reformist. Then Fawad Chaudhry coming and tweeting in the favor of Rahul Gandhi. He tweeted in the favor of Rahul Gandhi. Say, great, Rahul going great. Now, all the Pakistani YouTubers and all the Pakistani media wanting Rahul Gandhi to come, not Modi to come. What is this relation? And then, today, the things hit the roof. You know how, sir? Charanjit Singh Channi, the former CM of Punjab and very tall leader of Congress, you know what he had to say? Saturday night, we had a very unfortunate incident in the Poonch sector of J&K. Our convoy of Indian Air Force was attacked. 5 people got injured. One of the brave hearts, unfortunately, is no longer with us. He gave his life. He gave the supreme sacrifice. Corporal 𝗣𝗚𝘂𝘆 𝗣𝗚𝘅. He lost his life in the ambush. Today, Channi ji says it's a stunt. These are not attacks. It's a stunt by the BJP to win the elections. And Hemant Karkare is, I think, if I know my name is not Hemant Karkare ji, he was the chief of ATS. And now the leader of opposition of Congress from Maharashtra says he was not killed by Kasab and the Pakistani bullets. The bullets which were found in him were possibly shot from a Maharashtra police revolver or a gun. So now you see the pattern. You see the pattern. Channi says it's a stunt. What does that mean? That the people in the uniform are killed by people not wearing the uniform on the behest of Modi ji and Amit Shah ji. So Modi ji is ordering the killing of these people, or Amit Shah ji or Ajit Doval is ordering the killing of these people got killed. And on the contrary, when the unknown gunmen eliminate the enemies of India, Hemant Karkare. When the unknown gunmen eliminate the enemies of India, and a Wall Street Journal comes with an article, these are the people who have anguish over it. Batla House encounter, Sonia Gandhi ji cries over it. That is what Salman Khurshid has to say. Hemant Karkare ji. Now, if Hemant Karkare ji was not killed by Kasab, then you should have told us who killed him. You were in the power, you should have investigated that. Now you are saying because 𝗔𝙗𝑔𝐿 Nigam is contesting the seat to defame the 𝗔𝙗𝑔𝐿 Nigam, you are trying to defame the whole Maharashtra police. The brave hearts of Maharashtra police are betrayed today. The brave hearts of Indian army are betrayed today. And Congress, you are the same people who shake hands.
You seem to have momentarily lost him.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Congress people, you are the same people who shake hands with Yasin Malik, who killed 5 or 7 IF men in blood and wearing uniform. You shake your Prime Minister Manmohan Singh ji, shake hands with him. So what is new? So look at the sequence of events. Pakistan coming to support you. You questioning the martyrdom of Indian Air Force. You questioning the martyrdom of Hemant Karkare ji. Right? You questioning everything and everything what India stood for. You question Balakot. You question surgical strike. You question demonetization. You question everything. And you are former Prime Minister and our former Prime Minister, Manmohan Singh ji said, Muslims have the first right on any resource of India. Now, for that same Muslim appeasement, you want to undo Ram Mandir? Do you think, Rahul Gandhi, you have the courage? Do you think you can ever dream of doing that in India? Do you know what does this mean? And do you know you are the same people who try to put a pressure on a lot of things which we can't talk on the national media now, and a lot of things you try to put on this. You are the people who almost decided to gift the Siachen glacier to Pakistan. What is your affinity with Pakistan? What is your Pakistan love about? And then when these incidents happen, none of you distance yourself from anything. And let me tell you another thing. Not only this. Now, your leader, Digvijay Singh ji, has said plethora of disasters so far. You said RSS is, you said saffron terror. Digvijay Singh already wrote a book. Mumbai attack, saffron terror. RSS ki sajish. Now, if that is his personal thought, that is his personal opinion, why you have not sacked Digvijay Singh? Will you sack Channi ji? Will you sack Kharge ji's son in Karnataka? Will you sack the Karnataka Home Minister? How many of people have you sacked? There was one incident wherein Nupur Sharma said something, Nupur Sharma got sacked. How many people will you sack? Now this Shashi Tharoor is also coming and supporting. He's saying if LOP of Maharashtra has said that, then we should investigate it. You are in the power. Are you telling me, Mr. Tharoor, in your power, under your government, in your governance, you know, people of police kill each other? You're saying people who of the police who you know, it says you watch my back, I watch my back. I go and kill a colleague, and one colleague comes and kills me. You are trying to dismantle the trust and belief of each and every institution of India. And what does that do? It exactly is what Pakistan wants. This is exactly what helps Pakistan agenda. Because what is Pakistan going to do? What is ISI going to do? They are going to pick up these snippets and they are going to quote them. They are going to make them as a part of their dossiers and sent to the Western media. They are going to give them in the United Nations. So this will not get you votes for sure, I know. But by doing this, are you hand in glove with Pakistan's ISI? Are you hampering the international cabal and the deep state? Are you gone so desperate that to dismantle Modi ji, you want to go to any extent? You want to discredit the army? You want to discredit the police? You want to discredit the courts? You want to do anything? Do you still believe that the era of NIC will exist, wherein you will have an extrajudicial council, which will be the super minister, which will start imposing the things? Rahul Gandhi ji, whoever is advising you from America, is the person. I think he wants you to be done and dusted politically. He wants you possibly in jail, and all of your advisors have sold you off. That is what you have done. You don't know what you are doing. Your advisors have sold you off. Nobody on planet Earth can dare, can think, can even dream of undoing the Bhagwan Shri Ram Mandir decision. Can you go and put a lock there? Can you take out Bhagwan Ram Lalla from there? Can you dismantle one brick from that temple? Do you think you're so powerful? Try it. You will get a lesson of your lifetime. You are suffering from an arrogance which has crossed all the limits. You are suffering from a temperament which is completely westernized. You only have a name which is Indian. I don't know. Some people say your name is Rahul Vinci. And by the way, some people have lodged a complaint against you, Rahul Gandhi, in Rai Bareli, where they have alleged that you are a British passport holder. Now, very soon you will have to go and give an affidavit that I don't have a British passport. And if that British passport surfaces, then do you know what does that mean, Rahul Gandhi? Are bhai chamcho ab bhi sun lo. That means you cannot fight election for Rai Bareli and you cannot fight any election in India. That means esta levista from Indian politics. This is what your advisors have let you. This imperialistic arrogance which comes in you is not the way to do politics in India. And that, in fact, this is not the way to do politics anywhere in the world. You and Pakistan are hand in glove. Pakistan is directly coming and supporting you. You are, and Chinese thought process is the same. We did the program yesterday, you know, the Endgame China. We're trying to draw similarly how Chinese Communist Party and your thought process is same. And it is like occurring at the same time. And the people who have not watched yesterday's episode, I will request you kindly go and watch it. I explained how Chinese Communist Party and Rahul Gandhi are thinking in tandem. This is the reality of the life of the times we live in. And you are telling me that, you know, it has not happened. My problem is none of you have come and denied anything. And if somebody is doing this by mischief, how many people have you fired so far? Nupur Sharma did what she had to do. No, we don't support what she said. But BJP took the action. Where is the action in Congress? When will you take any action? Will you check out today your alliance partner when DMK said what they had to do? What did you do to DMK? Nothing. You did absolutely nothing. So in a way, anti-Hindu, anti-Sanatanism and anti-Bharatism is in your blood. And Rahul Gandhi, you never use the word Bharat. You're always using Hindustan and India. Bharat bolne mein kya takleef hai? What is your takleef with the word Bharat? That the world wants to know. Bharat wants to know what is your problem with the takleef with the word Bharat. So we understand what are you up to. We know what are you up to. And with time, more and more skeletons are going to open up. And I don't see a long political future for you. You will be in politics for some time, but eventually you are a lost force. You know, some magazines can launch you 32nd time as a relaunch, but again, the ink will dry out. The printing press will go bad. Their machines will start crying, but you won't be relaunched. There's nothing that can be done to you. You know, there's something in English we know. When I was in the corporate, one thing was told. If I'm doing exactly the same what I did last year, this year's results will be no different from last year. This is exactly the one line which you should know, remember and learn. It's high time for you, quit politics, go and settle somewhere in Europe and call it a day. This politics is not meant for you. You're not meant for this politics. And if this is what you have in your heart and mind, the respect for Bhagwan Shri Ram and Sanatan Dharma, I'm sorry. You leave sooner than later. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, Sumit. And a parting thought on that. Even in 2019, people questioned the paper submission or the submission nomination of Rahul Gandhi in both Amethi as well as in Wayanad. And see, it's up to the returning officer to decide whether to accept somebody's candidacy or not. So these things happen. This is also, again, democracy. I was a little disappointed that what the candidates in Raebareli are doing, Surendran, being the president of BJP Kerala, did not do in Wayanad. He could have easily done that. See, all is fair in love, war, and politics. Just take it that way. Rahul Vinci, yes, he has a Poonamji. You are so right. Rahul Vinci passport exists. Indian passport exists by the name of Rahul Vinci. And what had happened was when this NAC was in place and Rahul Gandhi was going to go for studies. And I think it was in Narasimha Rao time. Rahul Vinci had to go to US for studies or UK for studies. Then the Department of Ministry of External Affairs Secretary was pulled up and said, look, create another passport by the name of Rahul Vinci. And that person objected, saying, according to the Constitution of India, one person can have only one passport and one name. And he was told not to ask questions and comply. I even have the name of the person. If you go to PGurus.com and search on Rahul, RAUL, you will get that story. I'm not making this up. I just remember a lot of things. That is my gift. Anyway, from God, not from anyone. So, Sarji, a lot of questions from our viewers. Let's go to questions now.
Sure.
First question from Magnet Ranga. Namaste. Congress uses Hindus to support its anti-Hindu agenda. The agenda which was covert earlier is now in the open. How are they managing to get Hindus to support it? Don't such Hindus have sense?
Unfortunately, Ranga sir, Congress believes in divide and rule. That is what they have learned from British. And because of that agenda, that is why he is so much after the 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 caste census. Why is he after caste census? He doesn't want Hindus to think of Hindu. He wants you to think as a Brahman. He wants me to think as a Kshatriya. He wants Sree sir to think as a Iyer. He wants somebody to think as a Iyengar. You know, even in Brahmans, he wants to divide. I'm a Saraswat. I'm a Chitpavan Brahman. He wants to divide us. So our individual identity should be limited to those fractions. And these are the fractions where he goes and runs this magic. And he still are people. Unfortunately, there's still a section of Hindus who vote for him. Mostly they're unaware. They don't know all this. Still, our media hasn't reached that far. But thanks to the media, thanks to people like us, thanks to digital media, a lot of people are aware today. This is what Pramod Krishnanji had to say today. And he was very, I was very shocked to know this. I was very shocked to know this. I mean, this is what it is. So by the time people realize this, again, they are trying to lure people with these government jobs and all the kind of falsehood what Congress is in Garibi Hataenge for last, 65 years they were doing this Garibi Hataenge and all that. So this is their lust for power. And lust is a very powerful emotion. right? It's a very powerful feeling. But if you can convert lust into sadhana, it helps in the tantra. But if you have uncontrolled lust, that can lead to disaster. It is how you utilize your channel energy. So for Congress, they're utilizing this energy to divide Hindus and to be ruling those divided Hindus in the name of anything or any agenda what they can get on. And Congress has always given power to the people who were anti-Hindu, has always given power to the people who don't like Hindus. And most of them don't like Hindus. And a lot of them don't feel proud to be Hindus like you and me do. They don't feel. They hide their Hindu identity. They are ashamed of being some kind of Hindu. Those westernized people with left liberalized mindsets and people, who put on Twitter, how good is my beef steak and all. These are the kind of people whom they endorse. I don't want to get into anybody's eating habits, but these are the kind of people they endorse. This is their culture. This is their thoughts. Remember, Rahul Gandhi said in the American embassy somewhere, saffron terror is more dangerous than the Islamic terror. Now, time has proved who is dangerous and what is saffron terror. There's nothing called a saffron terror. There's nothing called a saffron terrorist. Who is a saffron terrorist? Can you name 5? They don't exist. So this talks about when I have inherent hatred against you. That hatred gets manifested in many things, which can go into illusions, delusions, and even giving you mirages, lying to you from all 32 teeth. Somehow I want to rule. Somehow I want to rule. That's what Congress is about.
Next one, please. Magnetji again. Namaskar. Is Congress working to win or their strategy to self-destruct? The overwhelming view is that all that RaGa is saying is not just going against Bharat, but Congress as well.
Ranga sir, is a very valid point. That is why I told you when I was doing the monologue, these things will not get you votes. Look, this, I want to turn back the Ram Mandir decision, will not get you a vote from any Hindu. Any Hindu will not vote you. That I can give you right. But why are you saying this? Are you running the agenda of Pakistan, deep state, the cabal? Whose agenda are you running now? Because now you want to discredit anything and everything what India holds. So you want to discredit my army, my air force, my police, my Supreme Court, my agencies, my election commission. So all that what you and me pride about, what you and me are proud about, he wants to discredit everything. He wants to give an impression India is some broken house. So 𝙒𝙬𝙤𝙬 कहते हैं ना, is a that is shaking and bringing some joking house, and Modi is desperately trying to hold to power, and it's because of this shaken system he's trying to hold to the power. And I remember a couple of around a month or 1.5 months back on PGurus, I showed you a video. I told you now Rahul Gandhi is going to go after the systems, and exactly what I said is coming true today. I think 1.5, 2 months back, I showed a small clipping. I said, look, Rahul Gandhi is trying to go against the systems. He knows he cannot win the election, but let me discredit the system. That is what he's doing.
Next one, please. Chaitanya Takle wants to know, will NIA nail Kejriwal?
Sir, dekhiye, this is all the itch of Lord Mahakal. Usually, this was on predicted line, Chaitanya ji, because when Pannu has issued a video, bhai, I paid you $16 million something. When there is evidence out there, when you have written a letter, we have shown that letter on PGurus. Remember, we have shown that letter to PGurus on Bhupinder for the release of Bullar. We'll form a SIT. And he has signed the letter. Remember, Kejriwal has signed that letter. So what we see today, this we had already shown on PGurus around 1.5, 2 months back. We had put all the evidence, and we had only questioned one thing. On this credible evidence on the ground, why shouldn't NIA be investigating this? I am not saying Pannu paid or not paid. That I don't know. That investigation will tell. But on the basis of evidence, what is available, it is a sure shot case that NIA has to investigate. And if something like this has done, then you are talking of UAPA. You are talking of UAPA then. You are talking of those stringent provisions of the Constitution. So, and you know where Pannu gets the money from. Pannu gets the money from K2 desk. And K2 is what? Khalistan, K2 is Kashmir. And who runs the K2 desk? ISI, Pakistan. So you have to then think, where does the chain go? Pannu doesn't have a printing press. Pannu is only a friend. Who funds the Pannu? And what is the reason of funding the Pannu? What is the reason of Pannu funding Kejriwal? So this all should be investigated, and nation should know. And I think LG Saab at the right point of time has issued this. And let me tell you, Chaitanya ji, there are 6, 7 or 8 scams which we know. In all of such scams, you can have ED, CBI, economic offences wing, then NIA. They can come at their stipulated intervals of time. What Modi ji said, जिन्होंने देश को लूटा है, लौटाना पड़ेगा. If he has done this, then he has to face the music. If he has done nothing, he will come clean. But you and me know what the truth can be.
And viewers, don't think that Priyanka is not having any scandals and that if she becomes a Congress leader, everything will be all right. She is implicated in National Herald. She is implicated in this back ops, the back ops company. See, this is a family concern. They basically, I think it happened in the second term of Indira Gandhi, where she diverted the party funds to personal funds. That is why the Congress party is stuck with this family, because the actual fund, the big amount, this is my guess, the big amount of money that the party needs to run, because they have to pay people, they have to pay rents and salaries and all that stuff. It's all with the family.
Correct.
Once you separate that, and the treasurer of the party gets to use the funds, then this whole thing will collapse. They won't even say hello to these three people.
Sirji, the money is in trusts. The money is in trust. They control the trust. Because if you have the money in with you, the law can come and take the money from you. Right? But if you put the money in a trust, law doesn't have jurisdiction. I don't know what the new laws. The old laws did not have jurisdiction over the trust. So I am become the trustee. I put the money in the trust and I control the trust. That is exactly what is done. That is why they want desperately to be in the power so that they can control these trusts. If you are in power, you will be the CWG's members, you will be the boss of the Congress. Whoever is the boss of the Congress will control the trusts. So that is how you safeguard the wealth, you safeguard the party. This is an excellent way of safeguarding both and being the fulcrum of the balance of the events. That is what they do.
And that is why the estate tax was revoked under Rajiv Gandhi with a retrospective date, so that it will cover Indira Gandhi's death.
Correct, because if
these guys are so blatant.
Direct, sir, direct. The good thing about them is they're direct. They are not bothered. They're direct.
Next one. Sumitji, Gandhi family is the sole reason for all dangerous things happening in India. What is your opinion to stop these dangerous utterances in India? How to educate common people?
I think the common people can be only educated by awareness. And remember, sir, when you have to dismantle something, you don't start from the top, right? It's like a pyramid. The pyramid is like this. Here there's a loading stone. The pyramid is like a V, inverted V. So you have to go start from the base. Ultimately, you will reach a stage that the pyramid will collapse into the system by the weight, because there will be nothing supporting it. So you have to start eradicating those bases, on which takes the load of the pyramid, the top rock. Eradicate the bases, the pyramid will fall under its place. But the fall has to be public. It has to be as per law. And now today people know, because I see personally this Ram Mandir reversal issue as the biggest betrayal, as the biggest dokha which could have done to Sanatan Dharma on planet Earth, if this would have happened. I hope and pray I was not alive to see that day, but luckily that day will never come. But if that would have come, imagine what will people like you and me do? If this is in your mind, this has to be communicated to each and every person. And I want the government of India to take this British passport issue seriously. Let him give a affidavit. He's not a British national. He doesn't have a British passport. Then if tomorrow that thing surfaces, he's gone, he's finito from Indian politics altogether. Because such people with such dubious characters, if they have this passport, that should be the end of the game. Not anymore.
Yeah,
She said, let me tell you one thing, sir. A lot of people in the national media are not touching this news. They are not touching this.
Yes. So, see, I'll tell you one more thing. Some people said that, look, that back ops, he was the company secretary when he signed that thing saying, I am a British citizen. Some people said, no, he might have not noticed it. There was a typing mistake, that he didn't really mean that he was a British citizen. He was an Indian citizen. So then come out and make a statement saying that this is a mistake. Don't, somebody can see, any theory is possible, but the person who is actually the one, they have to come and say that, look, I don't have a British passport. I'm just a Indian citizen. I've always been an Indian citizen. But he can't, because India itself, we can prove that he has two passports. Arey, wo chhodiye sir ji, British ka ek saath rakhiye, because it takes time to do all the stuff. You can't have 2 Indian passports for a single citizen. This man has Rahul 𝗤𝗂𝘁 passport. This man has Rahul Gandhi passport. The IAS officer who gave that has already gone on record saying that he has a second passport. Why don't you disqualify him for that? Priyanka Gandhi had 5 director ID numbers, DINs. You're supposed to have only one. And then what generosity of Mr. Jaitley, he let her off.
You can't have more than one. You can't have more than one. You should maximum you can have one. So that is a very dangerous thing. It's a crime. It's a punishable offense.
Absolutely. Thank you, Poonamabiji, for your super sticker. And I'm going to go to the next question here. Primitive wants to know, Jai Hind to both of you, do you think Dhruv Rathi continues to anti-agenda, but no action or comment from the government? Or sometimes I feel he's working as a B team to BJP, getting mileage. You can get views, and these are all, if you buy, and I think the Turkish company that was giving you 1,000 followers or so much, 10,000 followers or so much, and instantly from zero you will have 100,000 followers in no time at all. These things are meaningless. Nobody actually watches them. So I think Dhruv Rathi is a lot of gas. Aap boliye, sir ji.
Sir, it's like it's like with due respects to everybody, it's like I have a poodle at home and I love that poodle, and he goes and scratches the grass in my lawn, and if I believe that can cause an earthquake, I need mental introspection. So that is the analogy I know. I'm not telling anybody anything. So poodles are good for play around, being in the lawn, but they're scratching the ground can't start an earthquake. So these are the things we should understand. Dhruv Rathi and all. I mean, when his video, that viral video 𝗤𝙁 Tharoor and all were talking about, when that viral video, it was not even trending in India. Go and see where are the views coming from. They're not coming from India. Most of the 90% of the views are coming out of the India. So suddenly people in Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Chile, Mexico, Paraguay, Uruguay, they're interested in Dhruv Rathi's Hindi, how he's a Deshbhakt and trying to protect Bharat Mata.
They use 2 or 3 standard tools. The person who is lying is a good-looking person, whether it is male or female. Okay, they're always like that, and they are dressed in a way to kind of attract your attention. And the second thing is blithy lying, total lies. But the thing is, they do it so carefully because it's going off of a toolkit that 4 medias will back up the story. And then that becomes each one quoting the other, and that becomes an ecosystem of its own. That's all there is. And it doesn't take a lot of money to do this thing. That's why media industry is in such a big, terrible state now. Worldwide media is failing because people have stopped reading newspapers. So the biggest source for them was advertisements. Now everything is moved to phone. You wake up to WhatsApp. You don't wake up to a newspaper. How many times did we have our cup of coffee or tea, hot cup of coffee or tea, sit in an armchair or a nice sofa and read the news and then sip your morning cuppa, right? That used to be our habit. Where is that now? We do everything else, but we get it from the smartphone. So things have changed. This is the problem. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Pranit Karnena wants to know, who do you think would come to power in Andhra Pradesh, YSRCP or the Alliance?
Well, this is not about the state election right now, right? And so I think Andhra, the Alliance is going to give them a good run for their money. That's what I think.
Saji, they are also having state assembly. That's why he's
okay. Sorry. I think yes, they are having state alliance. So sorry, I confused a bit. So yes, I think Alliance is going to give them a good run for money. Alliance has a chance, but I think the upper hand is still with YSRCP.
Next one, please. Cargo crew, Sree Sir Sumit ji question: which candidate's win or loss would make you really happy this time?
I think the people who are for development, the people who are for Hindutva. I believe in 2 things: Desh, Dharma, and Dharma. The people who talk of Desh and Dharma, they should win. I don't have to tell you who they are. And people who have this temperament or the belief that they will undo the Ram Mandir, they will unturn the tables on Ram Mandir and all. And people who are getting money from all kinds of people. Desh and Dharma. They are the two things which should win. And thirdly, people who have the capability to go and beat the shit out of China and Pakistan and kill their men in their camps, eliminate Pakistanis wherever they are. They are the people who have the capability to take decisions when it comes to time, to eliminate the enemies of India wherever they are, to make us more and more powerful, to make India a land which is invincible. I love them. The people who can uplift people from poverty, the people who can uplift 250 million people, 24 crore log from poverty. These are the people who should vote. The people who have the courage to wear a tilak and wear a religion on their sleeve and yet talk of economy, development and dharma. They are the people they should be. Not those pseudos who in those silos want to turn around the decision of Ram Mandir, want to reverse the decision of Ram Mandir, but when it's election, they were tribuned and called themselves 𝗣𝗚𝙁𝙤𝗍 Kashmiri Pandit Brahman, wearing Jenu on the coat and Rudrakshi Mal on the kurta and doing a photo shoot. Not those people. Now, I think the division is quite clear, sir. You know what I'm mentioning about.
Well, I didn't give my answer. Come on. Thank you. I'd be most happy if Annamalai IPS wins from Coimbatore. And I'll also be very, very happy if Shashi Tharoor loses from Thiruvananthapuram, just because this guy is a gas bag. And he's very dangerous because he has managed to somehow make himself look like an alternative to the Congress party. If left alone, that man will, they'll have enough people to, back him up and become the leader. And that guy is much more dangerous. He's articulate. He comes across, appears sincere. That is the big downside with him. He looks sincere. He looks, except that I have seen him with a new girl every time he's traveling in US. Every city has a new girl. So I have to also say that the women of India are extremely brave. They must be, this guy is an accused wife killer. Nandini Ashok wants to know, Sree sir, one more person you missed or should win is Madhavi Latha. Nandini ji, you are absolutely right, but Madhavi ji's decks are stacked, because you see, what we don't know is how many fake voters are there in Hyderabad. The Muslimization of the old city of Hyderabad did not happen just because the Muslims in Hyderabad grew in population. That was not the case. It is because of a lot of resettlement that has taken place, Bangladeshis, Rohingyas and things like that. I mean, so this is where we don't know. They took out 5.5 lakh fake votes, but 7 lakh votes have gotten added since the last time, because in 5 years population does grow. So that 7 lakhs, we don't know how that breaks out in terms of demography. I have no doubt in my mind Madhavi Latha ji is putting up a very, very hard fight, but this is the first time. Smriti Irani ji didn't win the first time. She learned what to do and then went back next time, and then she won. For example, if the BJP comes back this time, I fully expect it to crack down on Rohingyas. In fact, my dream is that there's a train running every day. No stop. Carrying Rohingyas back to a camp from the 4 big cities or 5 big cities. So this has to happen. Shobit Singh, thank you so much. Ravish and Dalal media allege that Zee News, Godi media has assessed Modi ji is going and so have changed opinion. Your views? ये मैंने देखा है कि new CEO कुछ हुआ है.
No. Basically, and Dalal media alleges that the new Godi media has them. They assess Modi ji is going, so they have. This is Ravish is what is saying, sir. Ravish will only get TRP by saying this. He has to say something which is anti-system, because the people who watch him, unfortunately, are the set of people who want to somehow believe. It's like a person who wants to sleep to say, believe tomorrow sun is not going to rise. So if somebody comes and convinces me and says, very Sumit bhai, tomorrow sun is not going to rise. Sumit bhai, kal nahi hogega suraj. I love to hear that. Even my heart, and even the person who's talking to me, in his heart, he knows it's all BS. But the people, I love to hear his BS. He wants to talk BS. So his BS and my BS, they match and make a good sound, and it gives us a half an hour of pleasure. So for that half an hour of pleasure, we create those stories and people talk about it. But it's like when people are high on alcohol and whatever, then they think, hey, Modi kaun hai? I am the Modi. It's something like that. So after when half an hour that phase is over, you're back to normal. फिर एक कहानी याद आई, दिल के आरमा आंसुओं में बह गए, हम वफा करके भी तन्हा रह गए. फिर वही गाते बाकी टाइम.
Next one, please. Jayagopal Venkatraman wants to know, Sumitji, why our media does not talk about Kejriwal's involvement with Khalistanis?
Arey sir, Jayagopal, our media doesn't talk about a lot of things. One is this Khalistan, though some companies, some media outlets have spoken about it, but it is not the talk of the town. Even of the Rahul Gandhi's British passport thing, this should have been the biggest talking talk. People are not talking about it. Look, Aam Aadmi Party has spent a lot of money on media, sir. I think 495 crores was the last spend. If you burn 500 crores, obviously that is going to create a buzz. And I'll tell you, there are a lot of channels in the national mainstream who do not talk against AAP, who will never talk. They will just put something little bit here and there about AAP and run away. So a lot of media channels don't even talk about AAP. So still, it's the money. It's basically 495 crores is a lot of money. That makes a lot of sense. The problem with the media is the format which they are running is very expensive and is very outdated. They have to really revamp their channels. They have to really revamp their setups. The way they are running right now is very expensive. It is unsustainable in digital age. Because today we can exactly do the same what they are doing, and our costs are not even comparable to theirs, right? And still we are very small channel. Still we have people like you who are our patrons, and still we get our views and we might manage to get our message across. And today PGurus channel also can reach where a big news channel can reach. So they have to really go to the drawing board and reassess their start. You cannot fight technology. What we are here is a change in the technology. With due respect to people, when there was Ambassador Kadal said, "Arey Maruti bekar hai, it's very hulky, it is all this." Ambassador bahut majboot gaadi hai. Now where is Ambassador today? And where is Maruti today? So when the technology changes, you have to salute the technology and adapt with the technology. Nobody can fight the technology. But who is going to go and teach them their way, their business?
Yes, indeed. And Jayagopalji, one little thing. Jayagopalji, you know for a fact at least half a dozen vernacular and English newspapers printed a picture of a Soviet satellite when Modi ji was going to install to start a new ISRO operations in Deep South. Okay, Stalin, no word. He's also present there because this is a government-to-government starting of a new ISRO initiative. Nobody says anything. When questioned, Kanimuri, the sister of Stalin, says, "Oh, it was an artist error. That artwork guy made a mistake." And then she tries to make it look like, oh, China is not an enemy country, right? I mean, the BS that these people come up with is indeed superb. But what did the press council do? Isn't it your own job to regulate yourself? You have a joker there sitting. What is he doing? Why did you not act? You are supposed to tell Larry, how can you make such a big mistake? What kind of fines have you levied on these newspapers? Nothing.
At least come and apologize publicly. Issue a 1/4 page of apology. That's the minimum you can do. You won't do it.
So the media has become totally flawed, and it's a joke, Jayagopalji. It's a joke. Some southern states are really diabolical because they are also controlling a lot of educational institutions. The way they teach some of the subjects is downright diabolical, I'm telling you. Next one. Venkatraman Iyer wants to know, the tons of cash recovered from a Congress cadre has once again exposed the Congress party for promoting corruption. Are Enforcement Directorate and other agencies still to be blamed? Your comments on the future of this raid?
Sir, I was always telling you the same thing. When mountains of cash are found. So don't tell me that, Amit Shah ji told me, and I have a printing press here. I printed the notes and I sent them by courier to one of my buddies in that state. The buddy went to the nearby district. He sent to his friend with a truckload of cash. Then friend did what did he? He went to a buddy in his mohalla. And then we talked to the bhai, the girl who cleans the house. And we told her, go and plant this one truckload of cash in a safe. If the owner has a number, and plant this cash there. And then tomorrow morning, we'll send the ED and they will recover the cash. I mean, when cash is found, there's nothing more to talk. What do we say? Right? We are saying you that this is the epitome of Congress's hypocrisy when sheep calls the cattle black. Cash was found at D.K. Shivkumarji's house. You look at Kanpur, cash was found. Mamta Disi's minister cash was found. This Congress leader whom we showed the video, he went on a bicycle to parliament. He said, Modi ji ne petrol ka कीमत बहुत बढ़ा है. I can't afford the bike. I'm going on a bicycle. When the raid was done, more than 500 crores of cash was found. So when these things happen, and then they talk about corruption-free governance, CWD scam, Colgate, this helicopter gate, name the scam which Congress has not done. And let me tell you, sir, under Congress rule for 30 years, we did not get a 𝗒𝙗𝙬𝗫 gun. We didn't have a 𝗒𝙗𝙬𝗫 gun. Anthony ji told us, let's not build roads against China as the safety of China. Then with Pakistan, when the Indian army told them that we'll go and strike Pakistan after Mumbai attacks, Manmohan Singh ji decided conveniently Pakistan will strike back, so let's not strike them. We have seen these plethora of disasters, and it is our luck. And don't forget one thing, sir. Our banks in 2014, when Modi ji took over, had a cumulative loss of 80,000 crores. We're literally at fragile 5. Same set of banks within 10 years had a profit of more than 1 lakh crores. Imagine when the banking system would have gone. You got a MOU signed with China, you got a Pakistan here, you got a China here. God saved us. I think it's the kripa of Lord Mahakal which saved us. It's the deities we worship. Because in India and Bharat, we have so many temples and so much mantrocharan happens at every home, at every temple, and everywhere in our land. I think so much of dharma is not practiced on any piece of land on planet Earth. It is that dharma, it is that divine powers which come and save us, which came and save us. Otherwise, if you look at what was happening, I mean, we would be enslaved by China by now. And there was a MOU signed. I still don't know what is in that MOU. But with every passing day, I'm only able to guess what is in that MOU. It was a recipe of disaster. God saved us. And when Dokla was happening, Srimad Rahul Gandhi ji was having secret meetings with the Chinese ambassador. Now, the question I want to ask here, why doesn't he give an affidavit? He only has one passport. What takes that to you? I can say I only have one passport. I think Sri sir can say, anybody of you can say, we only have one. What makes him not to say publicly in a press conference, I have just one passport? I have only Indian passport, I have no other passport. 2 sentences. How much of work is this?
You know, which ambassador of China? Was it a Nepal ambassador of China or Indian ambassador of China? Because मैंने बहुत रंगीन चीजें सुनी हैं about the Nepal ambassador.
Sir, Nepal ambassador of China, the lady used to go in the taxis in around Nepal. She will not use a Chinese consulate car. And, a lot of Nepalese politicians lost their post because of her. You know how and why. And he was meeting the Indian ambassador.
Including a prime minister.
Sab Prabhu ki maya, sir. Sab Bhagwan ki if your karma is like that, the outcome will be like that. Now what to do?
See, I have seen videos of Rahul Gandhi and that girl sitting in a club in Nepal, in Kathmandu, like a nightclub. All that music going, psychedelic lighting going on and all that stuff. And these two are talking. Yeah.
With a glass of champagne possibly. Video to aaya tha. Video had come.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things which are going to be revealed in Modi 3.0. And let me tell you, there have been some people within the system and setup, they have supported Congress. System and setup, both. You know what I mean. Now, eventually, last year and 10 years, a lot of those people are phased out. They don't have power. They are either gone or they are taken out or they are retired or something has happened. And let me warn you, Congress guys, of one more thing which is going to hit you. In next 10 years, you'll have a different breed of nationalists which have hit all these, all these silos of power. And then, if you have a Modi like a person on the top, and if you have these people on the ground, no chance, Baba. No chance. Your breed of people, your set of people are phasing out at an alarming pace. The new set of people which are coming, they are hardcore nationalists. Now it will be very difficult for you to manage even the smallest of smallest things. Forget the biggest things what you have been managing.
Next one, please. Srinivasa Rao 𝗣𝗚𝘅, thank you so much for your super sticker. 𝗣𝗚𝘅, that means name ki jo khadwa hai na, khadwapan. Interesting last name. Next one, thank you so much, Prashant Khubasa ji. And I think with this, our program concludes for the day. Sumit ji will be back tomorrow. We'll be talking in Hindi and a new episode. And who knows, 24 hours is a long time in politics. So anything can happen. Thank you. I heard this is something that has to be verified, that 2 ex-chief ministers and Priyanka Gandhi are now out campaigning in Rai Bareli. You know, I'm reminded of that Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the Kingsmen could not put together Humpty Dumpty again.
So let me tell
You
one
know
thing,
who
sir.
I am alluding to.
Let me tell you one thing, sir. As per Jyotish, as per Jyotish Ganana, Rahul Gandhi is going to lose from Rai Bareli. A lot of Jyotishs have predicted that. So let's see how things turn up. Dekho, Amethi, that Sharma ji is not going to make it. KL Sharma is not going to make it. Now on Rai Bareli, imagine if they lose. So in UP, you will have nobody from the Congress Parivar. In Rai Bareli and in Amethi, you will have, after decades, nobody from the Congress Parivar. And from Lok Sabha, you will have nobody from the Congress Parivar. You will have only one good old lady nominated from the Congress Parivar, that too from Rajya Sabha, that too from Karnataka. This is another thing which people should start thinking. Imagine if Rahul Gandhi loses. What are the bigger political implications? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And who knows 34 mein kya hoga? Because 29, after Modi ji leaves, his legacy will be so strong. 29, you cannot make it. Rahul Gandhi, you have to look for 34. Yeah, 34 mein bahut time hai baba. And by that time, all the people who have helped you, who have saved you, who have groomed you, who have protected you, who have this done to you, you know what is called? All those psychopaths, they'll be gone. A new breed of people is hitting the ground. And with such people and a very honest leader at the top, imagine somebody like Annamalai at the helm of affairs. No chance, Baba. No chance. Namaskar. On that note, what I would like to request our friends, like, share and subscribe. Kindly like this video. Kindly share it on your WhatsApp groups. That is what you can do, because we bring a lot of revelations which even are not spoken on the mainstream media. And my hand-folded request is help us spread the message. On that note, Bharat Mata ki Jai, Vande Mataram, and Har 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 Mahadev.